All right. So, horror movie tier list S to A, F, and I don't remember slash I haven't seen it. So this was suggested to me by Soul. So let's just quickly, well, not quickly. Let's just go through this and let's talk some horror movies because I am technically a horror streaming channel, and then we'll hop into Phasmo. So, are you ready for this? Exorcist. So this doesn't have all three Exorcists. It only has one. But that being said, if we're just going off of the first Exorcist movie, awesome horror movie. But it's a horror movie that you have to like procedural drama on. So it's shot in like a documentary style way, and a lot of people wouldn't find that scary. However, I really do enjoy it, and I think it's one of the like a classic horror movie from start to finish. So we're gonna just throw that up in high A. The Thing, S rank. Between the practical effects, John Carpenter at his top game, everything like that, definitely deserve an S rank. If you haven't seen it, go see it now. What are you waiting for? Let's throw in some music while I do this. Uh, let's see here. There we go. Okay, so Silent Night, Deadly Night, I don't know. And you know what's funny about that, Jordan? Is that actually. Hold on, let me turn this down a little bit. So that was a deleted scene. That wasn't even in the original cut. That was in the 2008. I don't know. It was in the anniversary theatrical re-release where they redid the DVD and put all the deleted features in. So something being so iconic wasn't actually wasn't in the movie at the time, which is insane to think about. Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's one of one of the better horror movies out there, I think, but I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna say. It started the slasher genre way before Halloween. Well, not way before, but you know what I mean. Okay, Resident Evil, E tier. It's not even really a horror movie. It's an action movie that just happens to have horror elements in it, and this deserves its own little explanation. So I might do that at a later time, but it's E. You know what? No, it's F. Fuck it. It's fucking in the trash bin. I don't know what they were thinking after the first and second movie. Holy shit. And what's worse is this movie has more movies than friggin' half of the entries on this list. Holy shit. The Fly. A tier. Warning though, this is one of the most disgusting movies I've ever seen. Uh well, we're talking, I guess we're talking like the first one is sort of a horror movie, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's okay, but like the first one's good and it's definitely a guilty pleasure of mine, but yeah, it's still F tier just for what it represents. Anyway, The Fly. Really great movie, great practical effects, super disturbing. Ending makes me sick. It's an allegory for cancer, and boy does it have some excellent practical effect body horror. That being said, it's not a movie that I like rewatching, but it's great for what it is. So it definitely deserves that A. Candyman, again, boom, A tier. First movie, I haven't seen the sequels, so just putting it out there. First movie is awesome. It's an urban nightmare come to life, like it's that type of feel to it, and it really. Let me just sip the urban nightmare come to life. Ooh, look at me! I'm a film critic now. But it's definitely a great movie if you haven't seen it. It's sort of like a supernatural slasher, but it has a lot more social commentary, a lot more things going on in it that make it interesting. Also, the Candyman himself is terrifying. It's basically an updated Bloody Mary, and Bloody Mary is terrifying. Camp Blood, haven't seen it. The Howling, C tier, good movie. Um, I'll be honest, kind of boring for me. I don't like werewolves, so personal bias. Human Centipede, F tier. Come at me, internet. It's fucking stupid. Every character's stupid, over the top, and people just like it because, ooh, look, it's gross out. You know? No, it's okay. It's okay, guys. You're all wrong. I'm right. So we're going to put you in the F tier because, trash. If you're trying to be a B movie, you're not a B movie. Okay? Like, stop it. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Haven't seen it. Boogeyman. F tier. Holy shit, was this movie bad. And this is by the guy who did Supernatural. So I thought it was really boring. I know there's people that like it. But, yeah, I don't know. Friday the 13th. S tier. Do I really need to explain this one? Yes, honey? What? What? Yes, you do have to take another date. Okay. Sorry. Friday the 13th. Inspired genre, really fun movies. Quality dips, and there's peaks and valleys, but it's definitely one of my favorite series. So, yeah, exactly. Well, Halloween's on here somewhere, so I got a lot to go through. Okay, but we're just giving this rapid fire. Lake Placid, C tier again. Creature feature has some fun moments, but definitely not a amazing, like, mind-blowing movie. Yo, Jason X was dope though. Again, it's like even the bad ones you find something good in it. Open Water, that's the shark one, eh? Okay, I don't remember that one too much, to be honest, so we're just gonna put that tier. Scanners, E tier. You know why? Because literally everyone just remembers the GIF. The movie's kind of boring. That's the hard truth of it. People like Scanners only because of that one gift. Evil Dead, A tier. What are you talking about? Actually, yeah, that's a good place for it. Uh, no, I'm putting it in A tier because this is my list, and Evil Dead fucking rocks. First movie that I showed Tanner and Nick. Oh, I see. Again, I'm just doing. Hey, Drac, I'm just doing a list here. A tier. Okay, I get where you're coming from, Tanner, but it is better than the B movie it slaps with. Evil Dead is probably some of the most fun you'll have at movies. It's a horror movie dream. It's like so quotable. I watch Evil Dead 2 all the time. I watch Army of Darkness all the time. The first one, not as much, and I love the remake. So, as a series, it's very good. I haven't seen all of Ash vs. Evil Dead, and I really want to, but it's definitely up there with just some of the best, like, horror, gore, and funny moments, and actually surprisingly good characters, AKA Ash is one of my favorite horror movie heroes, Terror-Toons, never seen it. Scary movie, F tier, because it's not a fucking horror movie. What? Wishmaster, D tier. Our first entry in D tier, Wishmaster. Great premise, great practical effects, kind of loses steam after the first movie, and is just like one of those movies. Lost Boys, controversial opinion, but B tier. Yeah, you would think that. Go back in the VOD. But basically, Drac, if you don't like documentary style horror movies happening to real people, of course you're going to laugh at it because people don't seem to understand why it's important, and you haven't seen the third one. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where you have to have appreciation of the slow pace of the film. You have to have appreciation of the characters and what they're going through, and you have to apply that to a realistic setting instead of pretending like it's a slam door horror movie. That's why you probably laughed at it, because people have been hyping it up and really don't give you that context that you need to enjoy the movie. Nightwish, oh my god. So I remember Nightwish. Ginger Snaps. You know how I said I really don't like werewolf movies? This would be like between a B and a C. It's really good for what it is. Yeah, again, I mean, you can feel free to have wrong opinions. That's fine. But again, you like the flashing and the subliminal. Those were actually added in on the re-release with the spider crawl, and I agree that that's funny, but it's also one of those things where it's not trying to be horror. It is horror because it's horrific things happening to real people. So you got to understand that. You look at it as like a pseudo documentary movie and you'll get a better appreciation for what it's doing. It was also revolutionary at the time to take like horror very seriously and very grounded in what it's trying. Yeah. Again, Drac, personal opinion. A lot of people find certain things scary that you might not find scary, but that doesn't take away from the quality of the film, right? Like, it's not out to be a horror movie. It's out to be a slice of life of these people going through this horrific event. That's the difference. It's more about the characters and the crisis of faith that they go through. I mean, and here I am, Ginger Snaps at a C. Great Canadian werewolf movie. Again, not super big into werewolves. If you haven't seen it, go out because it's a quote unquote fun little movie for werewolves. Feast, haven't seen it. I Spit on Your Grave. I kind of don't want to rate this. This just makes me feel sick. So we're going to just put this in the I don't know. Phantasm. Here we go. B. Great weird little series of movies. They're like these weird B movie horrors by an Italian director. Awesome soundtrack. One of the best horror villain icons, but they're representations of dreams. So you're gonna have to go in with that mindset, or else it's like really weird. But it's great. Like I love it. It's just it's this weird mess of a movie. Oh, cheers. Nightmare on Elm Street. Boom. Easy clap S. And you know what? It is between The Thing and Friday the 13th. Um yeah, exactly. I don't find Rosemary's Baby horrifying, but if you put yourself in that situation, it's horrifying. But good point. Like again, you have to understand like in the 70s when they were making this, they're not like, "Oh, we're gonna make this like horrifying jump out of your seat movie." They're like, no, we're making a good movie. Anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street, best horror movie villain ever of all time. Crazy special effects, well done acting, great premise. Didn't go far enough in my opinion with the uh oh yeah, and a prepubescent Johnny Depp signing up for an Evil Dead movie and not knowing it. I like them all for different reasons, but Dream Warrior is the best, so come at me. Just great overall. The only thing with Nightmare that doesn't overtake The Thing for me is The Thing delivered on the concept, whereas Nightmare always felt like just not scary, like not scary enough, but just like not going full in, right? I wanted full like Dream Warrior sequences, right? I wanted full like full tilt dream world, okay? And they never really delivered on that. They did like horrifying little things. And also Freddy's powers kind of waver. And I know that's like a criticism of all horror movies, but it feels the concept is so interesting that it kind of like fails to deliver on that front. So but like I said, still S tier. Like still great movies. Let's see. Alien. This is a tough one. Do I put it S or do I put it A? Or do I put it B even? All right, we're going behind Candyman. Alien. The original Aliens is great. It's a great slasher, great movie to watch. Builds up tension expertly. Aliens is an S tier movie. Alien, I think, is just A tier. And I'm sorry. I know that's like heresy, but it's like S to me is like one of those movies you can watch over and over again. And Alien is just like when you know what's coming, I don't know, it takes away from it. I don't know. It's really well done and is some of the best like has one of the best sequels ever, but I don't know. I'm just gonna move on before Tanner leaves. Beware the Blob, haven't seen it. That's the sequel to the original Blob. Omen is a D. I don't know why people liked it. It's fine. It is what it is. Uh, yeah, it's okay. It's not scary. it's not even like well shot. It's kind of cheap, and I don't know. I just don't like it. Critters haven't seen. The Hitcher, I don't remember. I have seen it. Cloverfield is in horror. Fight me. Children of the Corn is E. It's a nice B movie with some quotable lines, but it's actually kind of boring to watch. Creep Show, that gets a B. Great horror anthology. Really well done. Fascinating visuals. But again, just doesn't make it into the A tier. Ooh, I know what you did last summer. Are we talking nostalgia or are we talking the quality of the movie? Oh boy. It's going in C. This was one of the first horror movies. Yes, honey, what would you like? That's great. Thank you. I know what you did last summer was one of the first movies I watched and like sought out to watch for horror, and it's okay. It's not bad, it's not great, but my nostalgia for it definitely pumps it up to a C. It's just like you can't rewatch it now. It's so generic, but I love Sarah Michelle Gellar, so whatever. I agree, like Jordan, like it's not Cloverfield isn't bad. It's just it's not horror to me. The Brotherhood I haven't seen. ABCs of Death I haven't seen. Surprisingly, Hostel F tier. Fuck off with your torture porn shit. Blade, not really a horror movie. Not sure why it's on this list. So we're just not gonna rate it. It's an awesome movie. I love it. But like any movie that has, and vampire slaying is not really horrific. Like there's horrific elements to it. Sort of like Resident Evil, but the first Resident Evil can qualify because it is a more traditional zombie horror. Shake, Rattle, Roll. Haven't seen it. Night of the Demons. Carpenter's work. Really good. One of those things that kind of fails to deliver on the premise a little bit. Not his top tier of all time. Van Helsing. Well, we'll get to it. So not his like best of all time, but definitely I think worth a watch. So B tier. Amityville Horror. God, the story about Amityville Horror and the actual movie, two different things. I like the story. I like the like, oh, it's real, but it really wasn't. But the movie, man, I saw the remake before the original, so I think that might have, when Ryan Reynolds went crazy. So I'm going to put that in a D tier. Cabin Fever can fuck right off. Boom. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like Eli Roth. Sorry. It's a stupid movie with stupid characters. Evil Bong. E tier. It's actually kind of funny. It's kind of funny, and it's just a stupid comedy horror, so whatever. Anaconda, not my personal favorite, but gets a D tier specifically for John Voight, I think it was. I forget his name, but basically for his performance, and it starred J-Lo before she got big, so why not, right? Final Destination, again, controversial. It's going in the top of B tier. Do I put it above? Yeah, right here. That's where it fits. Listen, okay. Final Destination has the weirdest progression in horror movies. The first one is good, albeit like that, like early 2000s, like really weird sort of. Oh no, Drac, no, like the weird like 2000s ish to it, but it like the premise is good, the characters are kind of cool, the story's kind of cool, and then it just like peters off. But the last Final Destination movie is so fucking good, with good characters, good kills, brings back Tony Todd from Candyman. It's really good, and it ended on such a high note that I want another one. And I think about that. I'm like, man. And also, when you're driving down the highway and you see a lumber mill and you're like, shit, those things can fly off and kill me from Final Destination 2, it stays with you. So it gets a B. Fucking fight me. All right, Fright Night. We're going... Shit. Oh, this is low... is this A or B? Well, if I put Lost Boys, Fright Night, yeah, we'll put you in B for now. I might change this. Fright Night, great horror movie. Oh, for sure, 100%. But you need to watch the last one because it's just so good. But like I said, Final Destination. I know they're silly and I know they're not great, but I love them. I love them to death. And that last one sticks with me, and it's such a good twist, and I can't say anything. Fright Night is your typical 80s style vampire movie. It's awesome, really great memorable moments and characters, but again, it's like it's a true B movie to me. So, From Dusk Till Dawn, is this a horror movie? Because it starts out like a crow. We'll put you in C, but we're gonna put you in a high C. Dusk Till Dawn, again, really great movie. It's just it gets weird in that like Robert Rodriguez style, and shifts, I guess, halfway to a horror movie. It's just really sad. So near the end, it doesn't leave you feeling great because you know about the characters and you end up rooting for the bad guys, and it's just weird. But anyway, it's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But it starts off as like a crime movie, and then it goes off the rails. So Ghoulies, I haven't seen. Halloween, we're putting that at S, not only for historical significance, but also because it's Halloween. First one is a masterpiece, albeit a little slow. Second one is okay, it's more of the same. Third one is actually pretty great for an anthology movie, and fourth, fifth, and sixth one is kind of forgettable. Then H2O comes back, and like every time it comes back stronger, and I'm really looking forward to Halloween Kills. So yeah, anyway, it's a grandfather horror movie. It's great. I love watching them at Halloween. They capture that Halloween feel, obviously, and Michael Myers is such a fascinating villain to me because he has no remorse. So, oh yeah, and Jamie Lee Curtis, God bless her. There we go. Well, I was wondering why chat wasn't showing up. Okay. Tremors. It's not really a horror movie, but it's no, it is a horror movie. Fuck it. It's going up to B. Right there. Yeah, that's the spot. Tremors. If you haven't seen it, Tremors is pretty much the perfect horror movie. It's pretty great. Kevin Bacon's in it. It's really fun. It has some great moments, great characters, small town feel. Though it just becomes more of like a horror comedy. So anyway, let me change the placement of that so it's less. There. Too bad it can be not white on white, but that's okay. All right, Hellraiser. Easy S clap. First and second Hellraiser movie are legitimate some of the best horror I've ever seen. Best practical effects, great story, interesting concepts, great characters. Christy is one of my favorite horror movie female protagonists ever, and like great special effects, great score. It's just you can stop after the second one. The first and second one were written by Clive Barker. The rest weren't. That's all you need to know. But the first and second one really give this like deep dive into the world, and it's great. I fucking love them. And they're scary. They're still legitimately scary. All right, Hills Have Eyes. I saw a bit of the remake and I haven't seen the original, but it's again another like weird rape revenge thing going on, and mutants and shock factor. Fuck, of course, Child's Play. Oh, A rank, low A, okay, and only because this you want to talk about things that actually scare me. Possessed dolls. I was scared of possessed dolls for a very long time as a kid, and I don't know why, but Chucky freaked me the fuck out, and I still have a hard time bringing myself to watch them. But I watched the newest, the remake, which was good. I have seen some of the other ones since then, since I was a kid. They're good at building up tension, but they slowly turn into not horror and schlock, and it's fine because that's where most horror movies go. But for just the possessed doll concept, it comes up, and the quality is actually pretty good, like overall as a package. Insidious. I actually really like Insidious. I'll probably put it there. The movies are okay. They're nothing special. First one is actually kind of creepy, but it relies too much on jump scares. The premise is really cool, like the ghost and the world, but they keep explaining more and more, and it kind of takes away from the horror of it. And then, the spin-offs have been just, I don't know. Jaws. Yeah. Yeah, where do I put Jaws? A? That seems right. Made people not want to go in the water, so yeah. Why not? Jeepers Creepers could fuck right off. Look at the backstory of the director and you'll understand why. Joyride, haven't seen it. Ju-on, haven't seen it. Wrong Turn. Guilty Sea. They're stupid movies. I don't know why I like them. They're just stupid. Like mutant hillbilly genre, like basically the hill have eyes. Watch at your own risk, but it's fine. They're fine. Reanimator. Is it a horror movie? I'm putting it in the not horror category. Fight me. Creature of the Black Lagoon, haven't seen it. The Ring, I haven't seen it actually. Return of the Living Dead, B tier. Awesome horror movie makeup. Awesome premise, very nihilistic. Yeah, but it's funny. Like he chases around a fake cat and like attacks him on his back. Come on. The head gives head. Dudum tish. Like come. Return of the Living Dead. Horrifying premise. Horrifying zombies. Great dance sequence in the middle of a graveyard. Very nihilistic, but B tier. Might even get A, but B tier also because I like zombies. Cold Prey, haven't seen. Basket Case, I've seen a recap, but haven't seen it, so I'm just putting it there. Gingerbread Man. Carrie, interesting choice. This is getting an A. I know, I'm being a little artsy, sorry. I think above Child's Play. Really great premise. I find myself appreciating it more as I get older. Kind of ahead of its time in terms of like it had like the final jump scare, good cinematography. You relate to Carrie on a like sympathetic level, So yeah, I think it deserves its A. Yeah. Jaws, Pumpkinhead haven't seen. Uji haven't seen. Mega Shark haven't seen. Bunnyman haven't seen. Killjoy haven't seen. Maniac Cop, I watched it once, couldn't remember it. Prom Night, watched it once, couldn't remember it. Night of the Living Dead. Not for everybody, but it definitely set the tone. It's more, I'm putting it C more for historical purposes. It's good. It's well acted, surprisingly for the time. Still a bit creepy, but it definitely feels like a template of the genre because it is, and it's the grandfather. So it gets into that weird thing where it's like, man, I've seen all these tropes because it created them. So again, it's C for historical significance. Your mileage may vary. I really like it, but it's not something I go and seek out and watch all the time. So One Missed Call. I watched it, didn't remember it. Paranormal Activity. Boom. S tier. Fight me. You know why Paranormal Activity is up there? One, nostalgia for me. I saw them all in theaters. I've seen them since day one. Two, found footage done to perfection. That Blair Witch style just gets me right in my heart. And on top of that, it's legitimately scary sometimes if you can put yourself in the place, and it's not for everybody, but seeing it in a theater, seeing it every Halloween, and the Mark Ones is legitimately one of the best found footage movies I've ever seen. Sympathetic characters, great horrific story, Good special effects, the whole package. If you haven't seen the Mark ones, you're really missing out. And the first two are really good. I even like the one where they travel back into the 80s to find more found footage. The story was really great until the ghost dimension, and then they fucked it up. But anyway, where are we at? Slumber Party Massacre, I haven't seen. Poltergeist. It's A tier. Poltergeist is interesting to me because I still find it very scary. And the more I read about the behind the scenes stuff, the worse it gets. So, yeah. Like his face melt, it's like weird because it's like almost like a PG-13 horror movie. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just, there's something about it that's so insidious. And the idea of, like, you move into this house and it's built off of the backs of people who've died before, and like the idea of the TV and the psychic link and feeling of hopelessness, and the fact behind the scenes were completely fucking cursed. It's just it's up there, and it's something that still kind of fills me with dread, even though it's cheesy and over the top, you know. Hey Jordan, thanks for the hydrate. Oh, I need that. This is like the ultimate fucking tier list. Cube. Oh man, Cube's fucking awesome. It's definitely a B movie. Cube's great. Go watch Cube. I can't explain it without spoiling it. Subspecies, haven't seen. The Purge. Purge only gets better, honestly, with every film and deserves an A tier. It started off as a really weak horror invasion with a really cool premise, and every movie is built off of the premise. And the series is actually, the first season sucks, second season's so good. It builds off of, again, what the Purge is, why the Purge is happening, and every time a Purge movie comes out, I fucking enjoy it. So it's definitely getting an A rank. Psycho, really good. So we're gonna put Psycho up here. Really good. Still holds up today. Great twist if you can get into it. Not for everybody, but definitely the blueprint of what a slasher could be. Before a slasher, we knew what it was. But it's more of a thriller than horror, so I knocked it down a peg. Puppet Master, haven't seen it. Wreck. Did not like Wreck. Found footage done wrong, but still kind of cool. I don't know. Too much shaky cam. I know Paranormal Activity and this contrast each other, but it's my list, so fuck it. Saw, get your shit out with that torture porn bullshit. Screen. Only good Saw movie is the first one. The rest can go die in a fire. Scream, you get the S tier treatment. Above Paranormal, but below Hellraiser. Revitalize the genre, lovable characters. I'm feeling a bit woozy, man. Honestly, probably one of the best single movie to revitalize a horror franchise I've ever seen, and deserves a lot of respect for the genre as a whole. It just really sucks that Scary Movie kind of killed it. So Sharknado, not a horror movie, go fuck itself. Silence of the Lambs. Man, oh man. Okay, so Silence of the Lambs is not really a horror movie. It has horrific elements, but it's really a thriller. I know it's a weird distinction to make. Don't at me. Oh god, there's still more. Okay, we're almost done. Yeah. I don't know. I'm keeping this out of here. Sleepaway Camp. It is a B. Again, one of those movies I can't. Really generic until the end, and then horrific premise that follows through on a really good ending. So, low B, high C sort of thing. Texas Chainsaw. Depends on which one, but again, popularize the found footage style and really horrific shooting conditions. But again, kind of went off the rails with some of the movies, and the later ones haven't been that great. Yes? I'm discussing tier lists of horror movies.
Is this what your stream is today?
No, I'm also going to be doing some Phasmophobia soon. Yeah. Blair Witch Project. S tier, fight me. Still one of the greatest found footage movies ever. Invented the genre. Don't at me with the last broadcast bullshit. Um, just horrific from start to finish. And if you don't like it, well, you suck. Predator. I guess because Alien's on the list, I'm not really. It's not. Sort of becomes a slasher movie. God. Okay, we're just gonna put Aliens and Predators together there. That seems about right. Woman in Black, haven't seen it. Troll, haven't seen it. Urban Legend, have seen. It gets an E tier. It has David. You have? Awesome, hun. No, I haven't seen it. Yes, you've seen a horror movie that I haven't. That's awesome. Oh boy. Okay, Urban Legend has Jean Bon Jovi in it, so yeah. There you go. It gets an E just for that and stays out of the F tier. Underworld is not a horror movie. What? Hatchet, haven't seen it. Chapter 1 is S tier. Chapter 2, not so much. Oh, but how do I split that? I guess we're gonna go A. Yeah, we'll put it there. It gets knocked down because again, it really didn't. I don't like chapter 2. Yeah. What about the old It movie? It was okay. It was a good TV movie for the time. It's just I'm assuming because of the font, it's for the new one. I really like part 1. Part 2 just I don't know. It didn't hit. It was too long and it didn't hit that emotional level. And the kids being in danger are more scary than adults. So, let's see. Leprechaun. I haven't seen it, thankfully. VHS. Easy S tier. Even it claps both of these. VHS 2 is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Particularly the cult scene, and those who know about it know about it. It's horror movie anthology that I can't wait that they're making a new one on Shudder. So if you haven't seen them, seek them out because they're truly creepy, and I'm just a found footage sucker, I guess, with the amount that's in my S tier. Conjuring, definitely one of the better one of the better horror movies I've seen recently. It's just Lorraine Wilson is a giant hack fraud. Ugh. So, I mean, this is my list, right, Soul? So, don't feel too bad. I mean, A and S, like, it's not like, oh, you're putting on Jaws, I'm not gonna watch it. You know, like it's, S is just like these are movies that I guarantee you I watch at least twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year. Yeah, it's right here, Paranormal Activity. Whereas these ones I'll watch every other year, or I'll watch when they're on, sort of thing. Zombieland, not sure which this one is. Silent Hill was pretty good actually, from what I remember. So you get to see better than the Resident Evil adaptation. Really great first one. Second one sucked, but really great first one and really good ending. Gremlins, not a horror movie. Haven't seen that. Jack Frost, you can go in the F tier. Not a horror movie. Have seen Piranha. D, horror movie. Is Ghostbusters on there, really? Oh my god, it is. Okay. One sec, hold up. Where was I? Piranha? Really guilty pleasure horror movie. Don't watch it. No, Gremlins is not a horror movie, Mark. It is not a horror movie. It's not. You fucking it's like a 1980s just like adventure movie. It's fucking horror movie my ass. Anyway, Thanksgiving haven't seen. My Bloody Valentine. I saw the remake. Wasn't bad, wasn't great. The Descent was really good, but I haven't watched it since, so I'm gonna throw it up in the B tier. Not much to discuss, but it's probably like the most classy of this like B tier list. I remember it being really good, but it's just one of those movies where like it's such a sad ending that I don't want to rewatch it. Uh, Sharktopus, haven't seen it. The Mummy is not a horror movie. It's a great movie. It's like personally, it's like S tier, but it's not a horror movie. Happy Death Day. I really like Happy Death Day. It's getting an A. It's above The Purge. I love it. The second one isn't a horror movie, but the first one is just Groundhog's Day meets, a slasher movie, and that's just great. It's really awesome. I love it. And Tree is one of the most likable final girls I've ever had the pleasure of witnessing on screen. So, just awesome. Whoa, my phone is freaking out. Hold on, sorry guys. Why do I have so many? Like, I never have phone troubles except when I'm on stream, and then that's when I have phone troubles. Anyway, well, that loads up again. Quarantine. I haven't seen that. Sinister. Oh, it's gonna keep going. Boom, Sinister. Probably one of my favorite single new horror movies of all time. Used to be my favorite horror movie, but then I started thinking about it and the thing kind of overtakes it. One of the movies that manages to do like jump scares really well, but still grounds it in like characters and like relatability and that kind of thing. Again, probably one of my favorites. So I just have to say that if you haven't seen it, go out and watch it. And a kind of cool new horror movie villain. All right. The Strangers, haven't seen. I know it's really good, but I haven't seen it. Black Xmas, Pet Cemetery, sorry stuff. It's going in the C tier. First one's really good. Second, the remake was so bad. I saw that with Steph in theaters. It was just so bad. It was boring. First one's okay, but again, it's not something I go out and seek out to watch. There's a lot of soul parts to it. Ghostbusters is not a horror movie. AVP is not a horror movie. You can fuck right off. Paul W. Anderson. A Haunted House is a parody movie. Raz, never seen it. Never seen it. Haven't seen Unfriended. Frankenstein, I haven't seen the black and white version in years, so I'm not even gonna attempt to do that. Goosebumps, really? No. The Dentist, haven't seen. The Shining. Oh, The Shining. Uh uh yeah, right here. Great build up to horror. One of Stanley Kubrick's best movies. Honestly, a top tier horror movie. But again, I've seen it a few times. I don't need to see it anymore. Very low on the rewatching list. It makes me queasy to watch because, how it's shot and like the anticipation, and it's also 3 hours, and horror movies, I hate to say it, do better with shorter running times. So, you know. So there's that. 28 days later. Oh, 28 days later. Fuck you. Dab. Um 28 days later is admittedly a good movie. However, I don't like it, and I've had to defend myself for years and years and years about how much this is just not a zombie film. It doesn't have the feel of a zombie film. It's about infected people, and more so than anything else. So, yeah, thank you, Jordan. I'm glad we agree on that. I can see that, Drac. Yeah. The cast is really good. It's just it's way indulgent, and it's a good movie. It's just it's hard to like rewatch it over and over again, right? Dracula, haven't seen the black and white, and like which Dracula? I've seen Dracula 2000s. House of Dark Shadows, haven't seen it. Birdemic is not a horror movie. Bikini Bloodbath probably isn't a horror movie. House of a Thousand Corpses, I haven't seen that yet, actually. Sorry. Wolf Creek, haven't seen. The Boy, haven't seen. Creep, haven't seen. The Babysitter, it's a fun movie. It's like right up here between Anaconda and Piranha. It's a fun movie. That's it. That's all it is. Hollow Man. I used to really like Hollow Man, but it's probably up there with it's yeah, 28 Days Later. Okay, that's better than Silent Hill. Better than Wrong Turn. Better than yeah, it's about here. Yeah. Sorry, I had to make that adjustment. See No Evil? No, thank you. I'm not watching a movie with Kane in it. Grave Encounters, again. Boom. Actually, we'll put you next to Wreck. That's more appropriate. Grave Encounters, really fucking great, cheesy, like horror film series. It's like the found footage. It's just the worst, but it's also the best because it's just the worst. Haven't seen Dead Snow. I've been meaning to watch this. It's been on my to watch. I don't think I've seen Salem's Lot. I've read about it, haven't seen it. Witchboard, haven't seen. Don't Breathe, again on my list to watch. House, don't know. The Messenger, don't know. The Stepfather, don't know. Chud. Chud. Haven't seen it, but read about it. Haven't seen that one. Not a horror movie. Haven't seen that one. Zytro, what are you doing here? You're not a horror movie. Haven't seen that one. Tales of the Hood, I've seen a recap, haven't seen it. And A Quiet Place, you're not a horror movie. Fuck off. Sick of seeing you everywhere, you Quiet Place piece of shit. It's a sci-fi movie. Anyway. Alright, this is the... Yes, well, it's a fan-made tier list. It's seriously not on here. But if I was gonna rate it, Trick or Treat would be probably in the S tier, to be honest. It's a Halloween movie, and there's not a lot of them that really capture that Halloween feel. All right, final verdict. This is the best tier list ever. So, of the S tiers, The Thing, Nightmare, Friday, Halloween, Sinister, Hellraiser, VHS, Scream, Blair Witch, Paranormal. A tier, which again, very strong contender for S tier. Exorcist, Fly, Evil Dead, It. Fuck it, Evil Dead's going S. Exorcist, The Fly, It, Candyman, The Shining, Alien, Predator, Carrie, Child, yeah, Poltergeist, Happy Death Day, The Purge. B tier, we'll move up Lost Boys to A tier. It's a really good vampire movie. I've never seen Mirrors, actually. I'll go watch it later, or when I get a chance to. Okay, Psycho, Conjuring. I'm just seeing if I want to replace any of these. No, this makes a good B tier. This is going up, though. Yeah, I'm happy with this list now. The true B horror movies right here. Except Psycho. That one sticks out a little bit. Is it a horror movie, though? Or is it like a kid's adventure film with horror characters? Wolfman has nards. C tier is pretty good. I don't think I'm going to change anything that. D tier. Babysitter can go up to C. I think I'm going to switch Hollow Man to D. Yeah, Scanners, and then F. Yeah, and then Haven't Seen. All right, this is my definitive list. There you go. Hi, YouTube.